Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the expansion Boston Blazers. This is episode 5, episode 6, something like that. And we are going to episode 7 is what this is. This is episode 7. And we're going to be doing the offseason, the 2023 offseason. I finished the regular season offline. As you can see, we finished 74 and 88. So we've taken a bit of a step backwards. We went 66 and 96 in our first year, 79 and 83 last year, and then 74 and 88 this year. We got a lot to do. Vlad Guerrero, who we picked up at the trade deadline for Shohei Ohtani, was pretty good for us, frankly, after coming over. He hit 325, 398, 515. Power was down a little bit, but power gets sort of repressed in our ballpark a bit, so it's not a surprise. But 10 home runs, 33 RBIs, 142 OPS plus was very, very good. If we look at the team stats, pitching, Montas, Gray, and Sandoval were all worth the same 2.5 WAR. FIPS were about the same. ERA pluses, you can see 98 for Montas, 113 for Gray, 119 for Sandoval. Alvarado had a really good year for us. 2.05 ERA, 2.80 FIP. Walked 25, struck out 78, so he is good bullpen arm for us, as is Gilliam. So we got a couple of decent young arms in our bullpen, but our rotation is a mess. So that is something we're going to have to address here in the offseason. We don't have a ton of money to address it, so I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that, but we'll get creative. Brady Singer was bad. Anthony Kay, after coming back from injury, was terrible, and he'll likely be gone when the season is over. Or as soon as I can. We probably won't offer him arbitration, and we'll just call it a day with him. Offensively, we talked about Vlad already. Kiner Falefa had a good first year with us. Offense was a little light, but with him, it's his defense, and he was very, very good defensively for us at shortstop. Ryan Jeffers had a great season. Second solid year in a row. His ARB number jumps up to about 6, so he's asking for a lot of money, but for a solid offense, good defense starting catcher, it's worth it. Bryant, I wouldn't say he had a bounce back year. He still only hit 227, but power was there. 25 home runs, put up almost an 800 OPS, was above average offensively, and I think he was probably okay defensively, slightly below average. Cortez's first full year with us did okay. I still expect a little bit more offensively out of him. 2.1 WAR. He's not good defensively either, so he's going to have to hit to make up for it. Lorenzo Cain, he's Lorenzo Cain. Can field, can't hit. We'll probably thank him for his time and move on. Larnach took a significant step backwards from last year. OPS down about 150 points. Lost almost all of his WAR, so... and then from there, Mark Vientos was our Rule 5 guy this past season. He had an okay year, 776 OPS. That on-base percentage is kind of light. That's about it. We brought up our first draft pick, Colton Cowser, and he got into 25 games at 235. Still not quite ready, but he'll likely be in the mix for a starting outfield position next year. Prospects. Oops, it's not where I wanted to go. Prospects. I want to show you guys a couple of the fun signings that we made. So I guess prospects first. So Cantero and Brown are our 2 top pitching prospects. We have 3 pitching prospects that all look to be pretty good. Cantero's number 4 prospect, number 7 prospect in baseball. We have McCade Brown, who we drafted in 2021 in the 5th round. He's coming along really nicely, up to 3.5 stars now. And Isaiah Jackson, another one with good stuff. Good movement, some good pitches. He was in the 3rd round last year. Record wasn't good, but he looked just fine. Christian Little was our 1st round pick a year ago. And how did he do? Really well in A-ball. So he'll likely start in Double-A this year. In fact, we'll just call him up now to be done with it. But yeah, he pitched really well. Got 4 great pitches. I think we're going to be really happy with him. So our top 5 prospects are all pitchers, and that's good because that's where we are struggling. Yeah, so we made a couple of free agent signings from the Mexican League. So the Mexican League had some prospects right at the end of the season, and we signed a center fielder, a pitcher, and a catcher. So we'll take a look at them real quick, if I can find them. I think they're probably here. Yeah, so the center fielder we signed was Bob Beretta. Signed him to $1 million a year contract, and he's possibly ARB eligible after 2025. He's not a great hitter, not a great bat, but fantastic defensively. So at worst, he will be a very good fourth outfielder for us. We signed him. We signed, where is the catcher? Is he not on the 40-man? Where is he? Right here. Juan Arredondo, a 23-year-old. Signed him to a minor league deal. Catching ability's average, but he's got a really good bat for a catcher, and he's only 23, so he'll start next season in Double-A for us. And then the big fish was Jose Ojeda. And we actually may end up trading him just because of what we signed, the contract we signed him to. We signed him to a 3-year, $18 million contract. He's 25 years old. Really good. He's a submarine pitcher. Good stuff, good movement, good control. May have overpaid a little bit, but I saw his numbers in the Mexican League and got anxious and signed him. So we'll see what happens there. We may use him as a trade chip. But those are the three signings out of the Mexican League that we picked up, and it's time to move on. It's time to get to the off season. You can see we don't have a ton of money, so we may have to work with some stuff here. Pierce Johnson is going to come off the books, so we're going to get $4 million back right there. Again, we could try to move Ojeda, we can try to move Bryant, we could try to move Simeon, but I don't think anyone's going to have any interest in any of them. So let's, I guess, start with arbitration. So right off the bat, we're going to withdraw the offer to K because he's bad. Kennedy, no. Sandoval wants 1.2. So we'll offer him 1.125. That's 11 million. Oops, 1.150. Okay. Singer wants $1 million. And we got to bring Singer back just because we're going to need pitchers. We're going to need pitchers, and we're not going to have a ton of money to do it. So Alvarado wants 1.5. We can bring him back at 1.450. Hamilton only wants $1 million. That's fine. Darwin's and Hernandez wants $1 million. Yeah, we'll bring him back as well. Although he wasn't very good last year, but we will bring him back nonetheless because it's cheap. Tom, he was okay last year. Yeah, we'll bring him back. I don't know that we necessarily have a spot for him, but we'll bring him back nonetheless. And then Jeffers. Jeffers wants 6. He wants a long-term deal. I'm not prepared to sign him to that kind of contract, but maybe 4 years? Yes, even that. And that takes him till he's 30. He's probably not going to take this since I just took a bunch of years and money off of it, but he will. Okay, so this takes him to his age 30 season. I guess I'm okay with that. We should be generating additional money as we go forward. So 4 years, $41 million for Jeffers. That's fine, I guess. Kane, Gray, and Montas are all free agents. I had no interest in bringing these guys back at these prices. Witt, we probably will be able to bring back as a minor league free agent down the road because that happens pretty much every year. Ali Sanchez, we need to bring him back. Oh, okay, he's not interested in discussing. So we may need to bring Sanchez back because, well, no, I think we're okay. We got Jeffers and Contreras, yeah. So that is ARB. So let's see just really quickly. Does anybody have any interest in... Oh, I guess I can. I must have done it already. So let's sim ahead a day. All right, let's see if anybody has any interest in Simeon or Bryant or No one has any interest in Semien, which is not a surprise. There's some interest. We could get Patrick Murphy in extreme ground. I mean, we may just pull the trigger here. Hector Yan, because we need pitching. I mean, can we get Murphy and I don't know, a reliever of some sort? Where was that reliever? Is he on the big league roster? It was Yan, right? Yeah, Hector Yan. He's a fly ball pitcher, but in our ballpark won't hurt us all that much. Sure, you want Cuevas? Can we add anything to this? Yeah. I mean, Semien wasn't great. I mean, he was hurt most of last year, wasn't hitting. Still good defensively, but we need to give that spot to Castro or Cortez rather, and see if he can handle it. So, try to maximize the return here. Nope. Nope. All right, I think I'm okay with this. This gets $10 million off the books. We get Semien to a contender. Players are disappointed to see him leave. It's understandable, but we pick up probably right now our best starting pitcher in Patrick Murphy. I couldn't put him on the 40-man. I got too many people on the 40-man right now. Yep. So K and Crook can both be DFA'd. Jan can go on the 40-man and go on the big league roster. All right. So that's one deal. What about Bryant? I feel like we've been too good here over the last couple of years. I mean, mid-70s isn't bad, and we're not going to get any better with Bryant and Semien out there, so it makes more sense, I think, to just move on. We can send him back to the Cubs. Let's just add some. That's too much. We're just looking to add some one-star players and stuff to just make it happen. I want to keep. Well, Fraley was really bad last year, right? Yeah, he's 28. He's a captain, though. I don't want to get rid of another captain. Okay, since we're going to DFA him anyway. Sure. And sure, 24-year-old closer. All right, I don't mind eating 5% of the contract. So we'll move Chris Bryant back to the Cubs. We pick up another reliever. Fan interest almost crashed. So fans aren't happy with the moves we've made here so far. We're still at 100, though, so that's fine. He has to be on the 40-man. All right, fine. Put him in. Oh, he's out of option years. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. We were able to move a couple of contracts that were not... They weren't making it hard for us, but we weren't going to be a good team this year. So, now it's truly Vlad Guerrero's team. Guerrero and Cortez and Cowser right now, and Jeffers. Those are like the four players we're going to build around. So I'm going to go ahead now and sim ahead to free agency. We'll take a look at what's available, and we will go from there. So I will be back in just a second. All right. We are back. And it is almost free agency. I wanted to just take a look at the awards really quickly. You can see the American League Awards if you want to pause and look at them there. National League Awards, we didn't get anything. AL Reliever of the Year, Gerhan Bottenball In the National League, Drew Pomeranz, AL Platinum Sticks. You can see them there. In the National League, Ryan Jeffers wins the Silver Slugger. AL Rookie of the Year is Bo Naylor. In the National League, Matt Allen wins 19 games for the Mets. Charlie Montoyo, Manager of the Year in the AL. Dave Roberts in the NL. Jesus Luzardo wins the AL MVP or Cy Young. Blake Snell wins the NL Cy Young. Giancarlo Stanton, 54 home runs, wins your AL MVP. And Ronald Acuna Jr. wins it in the National League. No Boston Blazers anywhere to be found. Let's get up to free agency. And I'm hoping, like we always do, I'm hoping that there is a prospect international free agent that we can add to our pool. He's 33. He's not a prospect. He's 33. $12 million. Yeah, I'm good. A whole lot of nothing. Yep, whole lot of nothing. Free agents. Rafael Devers is on the list, but he's not the same Rafael. He has regressed. That's too bad. Julio Urias wants $10 million compensation. He's fragile. Jose Ramirez is available. Compensation. I'm not about to give up a comp pick yet for anybody. Even though it's a third round pick, not ready to give up a comp pick for most of these guys. So let's look at free agency. I guess let's start with what we need. And we need pitching. I mean, that's, the long and the short of it. We have right now 3 starting pitchers: Patrick Murphy, Brady Singer, Patrick Sandoval. I guess technically we could throw Fleming in there if we wanted another starter. But we need pitching. Across the board, we need pitching. Any pitching that is available that's not expensive, we can go after. Offensively, we need center field. I guess we could just stick Vientos back at third, but he's so bad there. Right now, Vientos is the option at third base, only because we don't have anybody else. But we could use a third baseman, center fielder. An outfielder maybe. Maybe somebody to replace Larnach. But at a bare minimum, center field. So center field and all the pitching. So we're looking for non-comp pick type players. Akiyama he's okay defensively. Had a pretty good year in 2022 with the Reds. Sergio Alcantara's very, very good defensively. Can't really hit, but can play. And we'll make an offer to Alcantara just because he's so good defensively. And we'll just make him a major league offer. He's so good. Let's offer him $1 million. That for that type of player as a backup infielder, I will take that. Not a whole lot here, and that's fine. I'm not really concerned about. Josh Lowe. He just got waived. Okay, well, that's good to know. That might be an option. He's okay defensively. Kind of like the idea of Josh Lowe. He's 25 years old. I'm not really seeing anything else here that stands out to me. We're down into 2 stars. Yeah, we're going to make an offer to Lowe. Or I don't know if it's Lowe or Lau. So we're going to give him a major league option. Let's see if he'll take 2 years at 4.5. Not 45. Okay. He's 25 years old. He's got some speed. He's got some power. And he's good defensively. He may not hit for a high average, or probably won't hit for a high average, but he's young, he's good defensively, and he's got some speed. So we can stick him towards top of the lineup and see what happens. Now let's go to pitching. Yeah, these are all way too much. Diego Castillo at 2.6 seems like a good value. He's only 29. Okay, so he wants 3 years at 7.8. I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, you've got to feel like you got to see if you can get, something off the deal here. All right, perfect. 3 years, $7.2 million for 29-year-old Diego Castillo. Clevenger only wants 1.3. Yup, I'll sign him. See if we can get him for $1 million. And now we need a couple of starters that are cheap. Brad Keller's not cheap. Jimmy Nelson. We could re-sign Jimmy Nelson and then trade him again. He's fragile, but he only wants 4.6. Tyler Chatwood at 1.6. Yanni Chirinos. Pitched for Las Vegas, the other expansion team. Was okay for them. Charles Clark. Oh, he was one of the international guys, and he wasn't particularly good. Yeri De Los Santos. Yep, he's only 25. That looks like a solid pickup to me. Major league contract. We'll let him battle it out in spring training. Zach Eflin only wants 3. That feels like he went 2-20 with Colorado last year. But you know what? He only wants $3 million. I'm good with that. He'll probably take less than that. 250. Yep. Okay. Get a make good contract for Zach Eflin. Sonny is up to 9.2, so we'll wish him well. He pitched really well for us last year. Kyle Hendricks was okay for the Cubs, and he only wants $2 million. So yeah, we can offer him probably 1.5. Cool. All right. And I'm just looking at starters now, so I'm going to go back through here in a second and look at relievers. Michael Kirian. He's not all that good. He's literally just cheap. Markland, no. Herman Marquez. Bring him in as well. Bring him in for $1 million. And some of these are to get fan interest bumps. Like I assume Marquez is a popular player. No, I guess he's not. Okay. All right, so that's a ton of offers. Most of them are 1 year, except for Castillo and Lau. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sim ahead to the Rule 5. We'll come back with any deals that were made, as well as... Ooh, Sean Manaea. Nope. We'll come back with any deals that I made or any other free agent signings that I made. So hang tight once again. And when I come back, it'll be the Rule 5. All right. It is Rule 5 time. We've signed a couple of players. We have some players that are still out there pending. You can see we've signed Clevenger to a 1-year, $1 million deal. Marquez and Castillo. We're waiting on De Los Santos, Hendricks, Eflin, Alcantara, and Lowe. We'll go back through here and we'll look again in a minute to see if there's anybody else that maybe we want to bring in. But that's probably going to be it unless some of these offers come down. I also want to keep an eye to see if we get any new additions. Like this guy, Matsutaka Yoshida, is new to the free agency, but he wants a lot of money. So it just that sort of player. I mean, these players pop up all throughout offseason. So I want to take my time going through the offseason in case somebody shows up that, might make our team better. Anyway, it's time for the Rule 5. So let's get into that. We're picking 12th. Let's make sure there's nobody on our 40-man, or nobody that we want on our 40-man. So, okay, Jan, I don't want him as a starter. Let's make him a relief. Oops, I sent him to AAA. That's not what I meant to do, but that's fine. We'll make him a reliever. Is there anybody here that we want to put on our 40-man? Any of these like minor league veterans that we signed? We got a couple of bullpen arms that are going to be coming up next season, so that's good. I don't think so. We're still not at a point where any of our players have been around long enough to go on the 40-man. So how's Johnson doing? It's slow. It is slow for Tamar Johnson, but it's coming. It's slow. All right, let's get to Rule 5. Start draft and auto pick. Who did we lose? Zunino. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, let's see what we got. So there are a few, looks like decent pitchers here. Any starters, or are they all bullpen arms? Yeah, he's not all that good. Burgos, meh. I mean, he'd be one of our better starters, but there are probably better players out there for us to take. Mitchell Djokovic isn't bad. Yeah, there are a decent couple pitchers here. Let's look at batters. Usually you can do more with the offense than you can with the pitching in the Rule 5. Michael Escato out of the Pittsburgh organization. Hit for some good power in single A last year. Put up an 823 OPS. Not a very good defensive player. Has a bunch of power, but he's not all that good. Brian Buelvas out of the A's organization is really a left fielder with those ratings. No. Keone Cavaco looks like a pretty decent third baseman. Had an okay season in Double-A Wichita. Alex DeJesus, no. He's 21-year-old, but again, not very good defensively. Well, this is a little disappointing. I was hoping to add a couple pieces from the Rule 5. Antonio Gomez, good defensive catcher. Hudson Head. He's pretty good defensively. Head might not be a bad option, especially if we end up trading Larnach. Geraldo. Diamondbacks, not very good defensively. Gilberto Jimenez out of the Red Sox organization, good defensive center fielder. Can't really hit. It was okay in Portland last year, but just okay. Tristan Lutz, a little too old. Malcolm Nunez, can't really field. Yeah, this is kind of disappointing. I won't lie. John Rizzo is one of our prospects. I want to see something. There were a lot of teams that wanted him. And we signed him as a minor league free agent. So let's just quickly take a look and see what sorts of things we can get. Because he's not particularly good. But for some reason, the AI likes him. Yeah, like, okay. I mean, sure. Wow. He was the number one pick in 2022. He's 26. Can I get... All right, let's see what I can get from... Can I get Then as well? Fleming. Yeah, I don't care about some of these guys. Like, I mean, I would give up Marquez even though I just signed him. He wouldn't make that deal, but we get Juan Then, who's a 3.5, 4-star. I mean, he could be a starter with the stuff and the 3 good pitches. We get Caleb Gilbert, who's old. He's 26, but he was drafted in the first round in 2022, so just last year. And he would immediately be one of our better starters. So I think I'm okay with this deal. Can I get anything else? Want to throw me Noelvi Marte? I mean, you would. It's going to require something in return. Houston can't afford the budget. What if I retained 25%? No chance. Yeah, for some reason the AI absolutely hates Ojeda, and I'm not sure why. He's a 3.5 star overall, 5-star potential, 25-year-old reliever, and the AI hates him. Okay, well, that's fine. Got another 5-star pitcher there. You want Jake Fraley's a. What about Chad Pinder? I would love to get Noelvi Marte, stick him at. Well, I guess he's not really that good a shortstop. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I would be fine with the deal like this, but, I would be crazy not to continue to try to add to it. Carter Jensen? No, we're not that far apart. So I could give up Larnach, I could get Carter Jensen, and then I could sign in the Rule 5, what's his name? Hudson Head. He was the 16th round pick in 2021. His catcher ability is not that good, though. That's the problem. I don't know. I kind of like Carter Jensen, though. Well, I don't want to give you Larnach. That's the issue. Can I make this happen for anything less than Larnach? Beck is probably ready soon. So many young players. Rizzo's already in the deal. You think we would be worse off if we made this deal? I don't. Victor Quinn was a 7th round pick in 2021. I like him, though. Let's just submit this and then come in here and pick up where we left off and just see if there's anybody left that we missed. No. I don't mind the idea of Hudson Head if there's nobody else. I don't want to draft somebody just to draft them. Oh, he's actually good bat. Can't really field. Let's go back to... right now it's Hudson Head. Let's go back to pitchers because there are a bunch of 4-star pitchers here. Ramels Rosa. Yeah, none of them are all that. None of them are any good, though. That's the thing. They're 4 stars, but they're bad. All right, let's get Hudson Head. Let's just take him and kind of go from there. All right, and I think that's going to be the only one we do. So let's finish the draft. Let's sim ahead a day and see if Houston accepts that offer. Oops, I got to finish the draft. Ooh, Dominic Fletcher goes to the Aces. All right. Let's sim ahead a day and see if Houston accepts that offer. Or 2 days and see if Houston accepts that offer. Three days? There it is. Almost. Okay, so Davion Hickson, Ethan Petrie, Tamar Johnson, Carlos Gonzalez, Cody Howard. Yep, Connor Pavlovi. You want him? You can have him. Discuss trade. Let's find Pavlovi. I think he was 1.5 stars. Yep. 24-year-old. Let's submit. Sim ahead a day and see if we can get this. Houston's rebuilding, really. They don't peg me as a rebuilding team. Sim ahead another day. Sim ahead another day. Oh, come on. Accept the offer. Houston. So I guess we have to go back in and do it again. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it was him, and it was him, and it was a 26-year-old. Is he on the 40-man? Why can't I think of his name? Caleb Gilbert. He's in AAA. Okay. Caleb Gilbert. And it was Rizzo. And it was Marquez. And it was Salk, Casey Salk, the second. And it was Pavloni. Man, I'm amazed I remembered all that. All right, let's try it again. Give me an answer here, Houston. All right, so we signed De Los Santos, Hendricks, Alcantara, and Lowe, so that's good. What is going on with Houston? All right, almost. 24-year-old Sonny Diachara. Super. You can have him. Right there. Submit the offer. If that doesn't work, we may go back, just take Carter Jensen out of the deal and go with the two. Just the two pitchers. What day? We're on the 30th. All right, we'll just get to January 1st. If they don't accept by that point, I'll go back in and we'll readdress it. Because I really want that 26-year-old now. As we go switch over to January 1st. Yeah, I don't know. The trade thing is acting weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim ahead. I'll sim ahead to opening day. We'll set our rosters and stuff, and we will go from there. So I'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back. It is April 1st, and we made a couple of deals. We were able to finally finish the deal with Houston, and I actually expanded it. And I'm pretty happy with what I expanded it to. So we'll go back and take a look. Anything I got to look at first? So, yeah, it's right here. So we traded John Rizzo, German Marquez, Connor Pavloni, Casey Salk, and Trevor Larnach to the Houston Astros in exchange for Caleb Gilbert, Juan Then, Noelvi Marte, and Carter Jensen. So we pick up a 26-year-old starter, a 23-year-old who could potentially be a starter, but will start in the bullpen this year. Noelvi Marte, who I'm actually going to turn into a second baseman. In fact, I'll do that right now. Let's get him some time at second. make him a second baseman. Okay, that drops his potential down, but that's fine. He's going to have a good bat. If he can play good enough defensively, he's going to be a solid player for us. And then Carter Jensen, just a 20-year-old catcher. So we give up Rizzo, who we signed as a minor league free agent. Really bad movement, extreme fly ball. Game likes him because he's got the stuff to control the pitches and the power, but that movement's going to hurt him. Marquez, I didn't care about. We signed him as a free agent, and they wanted him. Pavloni, I didn't care about. Good defensively, but I didn't care about him. He's 24. Casey Salk was probably the hardest part of this to give up for me. They turned him into a starter, actually. Okay. We were going to have him be a middle infielder. They turned him into a starter. Looks like a pretty good two-way player. He's only 20. But I couldn't make this deal happen without including him. And then Larnick, who, I mean, he had a really, really good 2022 for us, and then was not good last year. And we've got some other options. So in return, again, we get Gilbert, who isn't quite ready. He'll probably start in AAA. I got to see how he did in spring training. But as soon as that stuff picks up a little bit, he'll be ready to go. He's already got 4 major league pitches. His movement and his control are fine. Good stamina, so he'll start in AAA. Then will obviously start in our bullpen. Looks to be really good. Again, he could be a starter if we need him to be. Noelvi Marte and Carter Jensen. So, and then I decided to try to consolidate a little bit. And try to make our bullpen a little more consistent. And to that end, we traded Josh Fleming, who, is a starter with excellent control, is an extreme ground ball pitcher. Pitched pretty well for us last year. It was really bad after we got him from Tampa. Spent 2026 in the minors and then was pretty good last year. But we traded him and Darwinzon Hernandez. You all know, I mean, those of you who have played out of the park 22 know what you're getting with Hernandez. Good movement, good stuff, bad control, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. This past year, he walked 46 batters and gave up 8 home runs in 55 innings. He was a negative WAR pitcher. And in exchange, we get Zach Pop. Now, Zach, the stuff isn't quite there, but he's got the movement's just as good, the control's much better, and he's a ground ball pitcher. So I'm hoping we'll get a little more consistency out of Pop, if not quite as much flair, because he's not going to strike as many batters out. So that was the other deal we made. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for the deals we made. So we have to set our... And we got hosed by the rules. So the ARB... the number of ARB years has dropped. So, I mean, it doesn't really hurt this team because I don't really care about many of the players on this team. But it's now 5 years instead of 6, so we lose a year of arbitration off of all of our young players, which stinks, but, whatever. It's fine. We have 39 players in the big league roster. We got to figure this out. So Gilbert's going to go. How did he do? Yeah, he didn't pitch well. So he'll go down to AAA. So we have 19 pitchers. So we got to send 6 pitchers down. Ramirez isn't ready. We'll send him down. We have a lot of good bullpen arms. De Los Santos will send down. Our 5 worst pitchers are our starters. We still got to send people down. We got to send 4 more players down in the minors. Bednar, he's got to be DFA'd. That's fine. Doval wasn't bad last year, but I think he's got to go down. So we're at 15. We still got to send 2 more pitchers down. I guess one has to be Fuentes. I mean, he was really good last year. Does anybody want him? Let's see if we get any offers. Well, we got a really good bullpen this year. Really, really solid bullpen. Yeah, we're just getting other bullpen arms. So let's send Fuentes down. And I think we still have to send 1 more down, right? Yeah, we're at 14 pitchers. We still have to send another player down. Oh, man. I think it's going to be Taylor. He's an extreme fly ball pitcher. He pitched pretty well for us last year, but I think it's going to be Taylor. All right, so there is our pitching staff. So Murphy. Who's going to start opening? God, our pitching staff is so bad. Our starting pitching is terrible. So it's going to be Murphy, Sandoval, Singer, Eflin, Hendricks, I guess. That's really bad. Okay. Our bullpen. We're going to have Ojeda as our closer. We're going to have Fenn as a stopper. Clevenger will be middle relief. We got a lot of good pitchers here, guys. Alvarado is going to be a specialist / middle relief. He should actually be long relief. He should be middle relief. All right, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Our starting pitching is really bad. We have some young prospects. Like, all of our best prospects are starting pitching. So it's only going to be a little while before and we got to Beck has to. It's make or break time here for Brendan Beck. He's 25. He's got to be in Double-A by the end of this year and in the big leagues by next season. Let's do this real quick. All right. No. Isaiah Jackson was an A-ball. He's 22. He'll start there again. Bowser's going to start in A-ball. Bruno will start in A-ball. Compton. Yep, he'll start there as well. Victor Quinn will start in A-ball. Anybody in A-ball that an A-plus high A-ball that needs to get called up? No. Nalu will start there, and then everybody else. I signed a bunch of minor league free agents, so they're all going to be pissed that they're in like single A and stuff, but I don't care. Brown, Little, Beck, Quinn, and Nalu. We have 5 potentially pretty good offensive play or starting pitchers that are that have a potential future. So, all right, we still have to send a bunch of players down. So Noelve Marte will go down to AAA, where he will try to learn second base. Maldonado will go down to AA. Cameron will just go away. That's fine. Goodbye, Daz. Beretta has to go down. So we have 6 pitchers. I want to leave Hudson. Well, I have to leave. Well, Hudson Head's not really all that good. Does anybody want him? Because, I'll trade him. Yeah. I think we'll just send him back to Kyle Manzardo. We get a first base prospect. He's on a minor league deal. Sure. Great. So we pick up a first base prospect. And we'll, stick him in AA for now. So we have to send 2 more players down. Urena. I think it's got to be Paredes, unfortunately. I can't. Does anybody want Isaac Paredes? No. I wonder if he gets claimed. We'll DFA him. So that's 26. So that's our roster. All right. Okay, so I can't send any of these players down. That's fine. I don't want Yusniel. That's what I wanted to do. Damn it. I didn't want Diaz. Okay, so let's go back here and let's put Paredes. Shoot. Hopefully he doesn't get claimed and I stick him back on waivers. Otherwise, I screwed up. All right, so let's set our lineup. And we'll I'll reset it with Paredes out there when that time comes. So all right, so Vlad will be our number 3 hitter. Our leadoff hitter will be Kiner Falefa. Our number 2 hitter, I think, will be Colton Cowser. Yep, at least against righties. Colton Cowser will be our number 2. Vlad Guerrero, followed by Jeffers in the 4-hole, followed by Cortez. Actually, I think we're going to go Cortez, then Jeffers. Lowe's not a great bat, but he's a good glove. So what do we mean? Third base, center field, right field. That's all that's left. So Alcantara can't. So I guess it is Lowe. Followed by who's our starting right fielder? I guess it's going to be Mangum. Yeah, Mangum is going to go out there in. So we're going to make Lowe the right fielder, and Mangum will be the center fielder. And then Alcantara in at third. So we're better defensively. I still don't know how good we're going to be this year, but we will see. So let's copy that lineup. Let's paste. So against lefties, what do I want to do here? So I want Vientos out there against lefties. Guess we stick him in right. I mean, he has some ratings out there. He got a little time out there last year, so we'll let him get that start. But we do need to make changes to the actual lineup, I think. I think we're going to have Mangum bat second against lefties. We'll move Cowser down in the lineup. I'm fine with that. So let's come in here and paste this lineup. So against with a designated hitter, we just put Vientos out there at DH. That one's easy. We'll move him up a bit. Generate the depth chart. Against left-handers, we will paste. Again, Vientos out there as the DH. Move him up a bit. Set the depth chart. And let's get up to opening day. So, I don't know. I think we're playing this the right way. We're staying patient with our young players. You can see we had a really good spring. I either want to take a significant step forward this offseason or a significant step backwards. Whichever one is fine with me. I'd rather be in the playoff race come, July, or be completely out of it and we can sell off pieces and end up with a terrible season and reset next season, which is fine. I mean, it's not like we've been great, but I'd rather not have another, 75 to 80 win season. So we'll just sort of have to see how it goes, I guess. I don't know that we're going to be, they want us to stay close to an even record. All right, let's take a look at the waiver wire real quick. And let's so we got Nico Horner. Yeah, we're going to claim Nico Horner. Absolutely 100%. Anybody else of interest here? Not from a batter perspective. What about pitchers? Any starters? Zach Davies. A couple of old guys. Yeah, I mean, Nico Horner? Sure. Why the hell not? All right. Those are all the minor league players we signed. Top prospects. Cantero is still fourth. Where does that put us overall? Fourth. So we got Cantero's 34th, or fourth, Brown is 34th, Little's 36th, Jackson's 53rd, and Marte's 88th. So we've got 4 pitchers in the top 55 in the top 100, which is just awesome. It's just awesome. So a couple of years. McCade Brown will probably be up next year. Cantero's only 17, so he's still got a ways to go. So Brown will be next year. Little, maybe next year as well, maybe 2026. Jackson's probably on that same timeline, 2026. That's really cool. I'm really happy with that. So that's going to do it for this episode. So when we come back next time, we'll probably do May through the trade deadline. Let's actually look at this real quick. So Then got better. Ramirez, get some ups and downs. You don't pay a whole lot of attention to the training camp or the spring training development and stuff because it really fluctuates a ton. But, look for players that stand out. So Gilbert's up to 27 now. I mean, he's super old. But, he's going to be cheap for 5 years. So, if we can get him into his 30s, that's fine. Hopefully he continues to develop for us. Vlad got a little worse, but his contact still looks pretty solid. The gap power still looks pretty solid. The end of that contract could be a bit of a nuisance, but for now I'm okay with it. Yeah, we traded Hudson Head, so he's showing up on here, but he's not even ours anymore. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it. So when we come back, it'll be May 1st. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And, if you've watched to the end of this episode and you haven't already, please drop a like on the video, subscribe. I've been stuck at 283 subscribers now for about 2 weeks. I'd love to get that number up over 200 by the time baseball season, or up over 300 rather, by the time the season ends. So if you guys could do that, I would really appreciate it. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.